Shalom. I want to start this off by giving honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, by Shemiel Shai, Yahweh Kakwadash. Peace and salutation to you, like men individual, starting with the elder apostles and the bishops, GMS on down to the rest of you brothers and the brothers I labor with, who all put forth the will and the doctrine of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, in all faith, truth, and sincerity, according to the true understanding of the scriptures. To all of you, I say Shalom. So this lesson is going to be titled, Why It's Important to Hate What God Hates. Right? And why that's important is because we are looking to be aligned with the Most High, right? We are looking to be allies with the Most High, not enemies. We are looking to be for the Most High, not against Him. And the things that He hates are things that's wickedness, things that are against Him. So if we love or are in favor of the things that He hates, that goes on to show that we are against Him, or we are not for Him, right? And if we are not for the Most High, if we are not with the Most High, if we're not aligned with the Most High, we put ourselves in position to now no longer be able to receive blessings, receive benefits, receive His favor, receive mercy, right? And we put ourselves in position to be destroyed, simply, you know? So looking to not be destroyed, looking to not be, in bad standing with the Most High, we are to walk as Yahweh Shai walked, right? And as the Most High has instructed, So I'm gonna just grab a few scriptures to bring the point home. The Lord willing to be edifying. So I'm gonna actually start here in Amos 3 and verse 3. It says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" Now this is pretty simple, but nonetheless to the point, right? We can't walk with the Most High. We can't walk with Yahweh Shem Shai if we aren't in agreement, thinking in likeness, being of the same spirit, right? You aren't of the body, if you aren't of the if you aren't of the same spirit and mind of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? You can't be a part of the Father's business if you aren't in the mentality that's needed, which is to be in a spiritual mentality, a disciplined mentality, a spirit, mentality of discipline, of correction or reproof, right? Of all things righteous, And those are the things that the Most High approves of. So those are the things that you want to, seek out and desire, right? Desire the ways of the Lord, Looking to put your trust in the Lord and doing as He instructs, as He says, right? Being pleased to follow the Most High and do as He says, right? But I'll jump here next. This is Sirach 13. I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, "All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like." So what you cleave to is going to show, the type of man that you are to be, right? So if you choose to cleave to things that's wicked, man, I just love smoking. I just love eating bacon, pork. I just can't go without it. You're not really for the Lord, I just like fucking on, other men's wives, Like it's crazy because you got men that be like that be in a spirit like that, where they looking to sin, they looking to stay sinning, And Trey Songz, Mrs. to Your Girl, wicked ass spirit. and are okay with being in that spirit and choose to continue to stay in that spirit. Those are things that you don't want to be a part of. You shouldn't want to be a part of. You shouldn't you shouldn't want any part of it. You know, that goes down a different direction, and then the direction that we should be going down. You know, which is the path of righteousness, right? But what you cleave to is going to show what type of man you are to be. So if you cleave to righteousness, right, you cleave to men that are righteous, men that are holy. You know, it's like the saying goes, you're a product of your environment. You surround yourself with heavenly minded, men. You're going to be amongst those conversations in the heavens. Right? But it says, what fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. Right? They don't get along. They don't have a good rapport. In fact, it's violent and it's hostile. You know? The dynamic between a wolf and a lamb is literally one completely against the other, right? And what comes from a wolf and a lamb being together? Destruction. You know. So that's what you put yourself in the mix of when you are okay with or are loose and lax with things that's not esteemed, approved by the Most High, right? But actually something that's hated by him, you know? Even like with Esau, Edom, it's important to hate Esau, just as the Most High hates Esau. Because once you understand his purpose, right, how he deals, how he acts, you know, only death, destruction, snares, and traps come from this dude. Different ways of how he can play you out of your shit, take your life away, and take your shit, right along with it. Right? It don't mix. You gotta hate it. Because this man brings forth the things that the Most High hates. Right? So, and I believe if I'm not mistaken, this fits with, what am I thinking of? This is it. All right, just to hit it real quick. Proverbs 6:17, a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked imagination, feet that be swift to run to mischief. Right? These are all wicked characteristics of Esau. Right? Esau fits these characteristics, which he's going on to show forth wickedness. Right? These things aren't godly. So just as it says here, right? What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly? There is no fellowship. There is no getting along. They do shit that we hate. We do the things that they hate. But we want to strive to do the things that the Most High loves, because that's what's important at the end of the day. Right? So, grabbing my next one. I'm going to grab this, Ephesians 5:11. It says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them, right? And it says in the NOT, expose them, you know? You look to call them out, to reject that which is wrong, and to show forth what is right, you know? You don't want to take part in things that's unrighteous, you know? Like scamming, cracking cards and shit like that. And they be the mentality of, oh, well, the system corrupt anyways, you know? They always just looking to take the money. But just because somebody do bad, does that mean it's okay to do bad right along with them? No. You know? Say, though hand join the hand, the wicked shall not, go unpunished. You do wickedly, you wicked. Scriptures also say what? Right here. 1 Thessalonians 5:22 says, abstain from all appearance of evil, right? Stay away from any kind of evil, as it says in the NLT. So the things that's not right, the things that's of wickedness, right? To scam and crack cars, that's a part of a system that's already wicked. If you know a system wicked, why feed into the same wicked system? It don't make sense, you know? So you stay in good standing, you keep yourself in a higher and better light by doing the things that's right. And only participating in the things that's right, you know? It's an easy thing to fall into wickedness, right? Our people be wise to do evil, because that's the way that the ruler of this place thinks. He's quick to imagine, wickedness. And those are part of the things that the Lord hates. So why would you put yourself in a position to be thinking in likeness? Right? You gotta hate those things because you know those things aren't good, and the Most High hates those things. But you hating those things and likeness puts you in good standing with the Lord. You take on His spirit more when you do so. Right? Grab a couple more. This is 1 Corinthians 6:14. It says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? What communion have light with darkness? They don't mix. They don't go together. Right? Light cancels out darkness. So it don't work. But you don't want your light to get put out because, you're not tending to it. You're not tending or taking care of the light and looking to flourish with it. You're not looking to like the 5 wise and 5 foolish virgins. You're not stacking up on the oil, preparing yourself to for the what's the word I'm looking for? Right? You not preparing yourself for the work you gotta do to get to the groomsmen, It's gonna take time. You gotta make sure that you got the oil to be able to, see the path that you're supposed to take. But if you never stock up on the oil, you're never gonna see the path. Cause it's gonna be full of darkness. Right? That's why the foolish ones weren't able to make it. Because they didn't take the time to prepare. They didn't take the time to consider. And these are things to consider in regards to, again, why it's important to hate as the Most High hates, as God hates. Right? The Lord, the things that He loves is going to push the discipline, structure. stability. Versus the things that's of wickedness, things that's against the Lord is going to be the things that's opposite. Slothfulness, laziness, inconsiderate, right? Not counting the cost, you know? Grab this. This is Proverbs 8 and verse 13. It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil. You see? So when you truly fear the Lord, you going to hate the things that's evil. And the Lord, he establishes the things that are evil, the things that are wicked, the things that are not right. It says, pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. You see? You're supposed to abstain from all appearances of evil. Anything that shows to be wicked, things to not show forth the beauty and the righteousness of the Most High. You know? Scripture say pride goeth before destruction. You know? These are the things that the Lord hates. So we are to hate these things. But also, it take a considerate mind to see why these things are meant to be hated. Why are other things meant to be loved as the Most High loves? You know? Because then it allows you to see within yourself and see within your path and your day, your daily walk. Okay, is this right or is this wrong? Does the Lord hate this or does the Lord love this? You know? Then you go on to reprove yourself. Reject the things that are bad, and show forth the things that are right. Sirach 12 and verse 6 says, for the Most High hated sinners. See, this is something that he hates. So you are to hate. Same thing. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keep them against the mighty day of their punishment. You see? Give unto the good and help not the sinner. Because again, you are to be about righteousness, not wickedness. Be a waste. That's why you don't cast your pearls before swine. The beauty of the scriptures is for those that's actually going to do something with. That's why we make these lessons for Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians. Right? The elect of Israel. Those that actually look to obey and actively obey Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Those that are looking to do right. That just man that falls but gets back up. The one that doesn't fall into mischief. Right? And scripture on that. I'll grab it here. Proverbs 21:21. He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness, and honor. You see? So, you should be looking to follow after the things that's right with the Lord. Because again, it's gonna bring forth life upon you. You're not gonna be in a deady state. You're gonna be a burning fire. Right? Fire filled with the Lord's Spirit. You gonna bring forth more righteousness, bring honor upon yourself through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and that's beautiful. Because again, you should be looking to please the Most High before anything and everything. And the way that you do that is hating the things that He hates. So that's pretty much it. That's the point. So Lord willing, this was edifying. With that, I'm going to give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, Wahawa Kakwadash. Till next time, shalom.